12 B-1B Lancer bombers and 3 B-52 Stratofortress aircraft are linked to the ongoing Operation Epic Fury.
A long line of dark, silent aircraft moves across the night sky. They appear almost invisible, gliding through the air without warning. Deep below them lies one of the most heavily fortified military networks in the world. For years, it was believed that these underground complexes were nearly impossible to destroy. Hidden inside mountains, buried beneath layers of rock and reinforced concrete, they were designed to survive war. But in the early hours of a new and dramatic escalation, those assumptions began to collapse. Another massive wave of American stealth bombers had arrived over Iran, and what followed was one of the most significant airstrike campaigns in modern military history. The aircraft at the center of this moment is the B-2 Spirit, one of the most advanced stealth bombers ever built. These aircraft can fly across continents, evade radar, and strike with extreme precision. According to reports emerging from the battlefield, the United States has launched another large B-2 strike deep into Iranian territory as part of an expanding military operation. The mission follows earlier attacks that already damaged key military facilities. But this new wave of strikes has gone even further, targeting some of the most critical assets Iran still possesses. The operation comes during a period of intense confrontation between the United States and Iran, with both sides engaged in a rapidly evolving military struggle. In Washington, current United States President Donald Trump has overseen a strategy focused on reducing Iran's ability to conduct large-scale missile attacks across the Middle East. American planners believe that Iran's missile forces represent one of the country's most powerful tools of deterrence and retaliation. Removing or weakening that capability has therefore become a central objective. Iran has spent many years building a vast ballistic missile program. Analysts estimate that the country has developed a stockpile of thousands of missiles of varying ranges. These weapons are designed to strike military bases, energy facilities, and strategic targets across the region. But the missiles themselves are only part of the system. Equally important are the launch facilities and underground networks used to store and deploy them. These networks are often referred to as Iran's missile cities. The name describes a complex web of underground tunnels, storage chambers, and launch platforms carved into mountains and buried deep beneath the surface. Some of these facilities are believed to extend hundreds of meters underground. Inside them, Iran stores missiles, launch vehicles, fuel, and command systems that allow rapid deployment in the event of war. The idea behind these missile cities is simple but powerful. By hiding missiles underground, Iran hopes to protect them from enemy attacks while maintaining the ability to launch them quickly. When a strike is ordered, mobile launchers can move out of hidden tunnels, fire their missiles, and then return underground before an enemy can respond. For years, this strategy appeared highly effective. The facilities were designed to survive conventional air attacks, and many analysts believe destroying them would require extremely powerful bunker-penetrating weapons. But the latest American operation suggests a different approach. Instead of attempting to destroy the entire underground networks directly, the United States has focused on something far more vulnerable: the entrances and exits. Missile launchers cannot fire from deep underground. They must eventually move to the surface. That requires large tunnel openings built into mountainsides or reinforced access points carved into hills. Those openings have now become the primary targets. During the latest wave of strikes, American B-2 bombers reportedly attacked dozens of these access points. Using precision guidance systems and powerful penetrator bombs, the aircraft targeted the doors, tunnel mouths, and infrastructure that allow missile launchers to emerge from underground storage. Once those openings collapse, the entire facility can become effectively trapped. Inside the tunnels may sit missiles, launch vehicles, and military equipment worth billions of dollars. But if they cannot reach the surface, they cannot be used. This strategy has dramatically changed the battlefield. According to military assessments cited by analysts, Iran's missile launch activity has declined sharply since the first phase of the operation began. Admiral Brad Cooper, who leads regional operations through United States Central Command, reported that Iranian ballistic missile launches dropped roughly 90% compared to the first day of the conflict. The B-2 bombers appear to have played a major role in that outcome. Their stealth capabilities allow them to penetrate heavily defended airspace and approach targets that other aircraft might struggle to reach. Once over the target area, they can release precision weapons designed specifically to destroy hardened structures. One of the key weapons used during these strikes is the BLU-109 penetrator bomb. This weapon weighs approximately 2,000 pounds and is built with a hardened steel casing that allows it to punch through layers of concrete, rock, or soil before detonating. The delayed fuse ensures that the bomb explodes only after it has penetrated deep into its target. Although a single bomb may not reach the deepest sections of Iran's underground facilities, multiple strikes against the same point can progressively weaken and destroy critical structural areas. When tunnel entrances collapse, they can seal entire sections of the complex. Over a 72-hour period leading into early March, American aircraft struck hundreds of targets across Iran. While different types of aircraft participated, stealth bombers focused on the most heavily protected sites, including areas not far from the capital city of Tehran. The results appear to have disrupted one of the central pillars of Iran's military doctrine. For years, Iran has relied on what analysts describe as a saturation strategy. Instead of launching only a few missiles, the plan involves firing large waves of missiles and drones simultaneously. The goal is to overwhelm enemy defenses by presenting more targets than interceptors can stop. But that strategy requires many launchers operating at the same time. If those launch points are destroyed or sealed, the strategy begins to collapse. Without access to large numbers of launch sites, Iran must rely on fewer launchers operating in isolated locations. That makes each launch riskier and more predictable. Instead of massive missile barrages, Iran has shifted towards smaller, more targeted strikes. Individual launchers move quickly to the surface, fire a missile, and attempt to hide again before counterattacks arrive. But that window is extremely short. According to statements attributed to President Donald Trump, American and allied forces can detect missile launches almost instantly and respond within minutes. In some cases, retaliation strikes may occur within roughly 4 minutes of a launch being detected. That speed creates a dangerous situation for Iran's remaining launch units. Every time a missile is fired, it risks revealing the location of a launcher and the tunnel it used. Over time, this process steadily reduces the number of functioning launch sites. At the same time, American planners appear to be expanding their target list. With many missile facilities damaged or sealed, attention has begun shifting toward other elements of Iran's war infrastructure, including missile production facilities and logistics networks. Meanwhile, the strategic situation continues to evolve beyond the battlefield. The United Kingdom has reportedly authorized the United States to use key military facilities, including the airbase at RAF Fairford and the strategic base at Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. These bases could significantly reduce flight times for American bombers operating near Iran, potentially allowing more frequent missions and faster strike cycles. Iran still possesses missile capabilities and has demonstrated its willingness to launch retaliatory strikes against regional targets, including military installations across the Persian Gulf. The conflict therefore remains tense and unpredictable. Yet the latest wave of B-2 strikes shows how quickly military balances can shift when advanced technology and precise intelligence combine. Facilities once believed to be nearly untouchable are now being systematically neutralized, not by destroying entire underground complexes, but by sealing the doors that allow them to function. In modern warfare, the most powerful fortifications can sometimes be defeated by targeting the smallest vulnerabilities. If you found this analysis helpful, consider subscribing for more global security reports. And one question remains. If these strikes continue at the same pace, how much of Iran's missile power could realistically survive?